welcome back to my channel. My name is Minister for those of you new here, and thank you so much for watching. In today's video, we are going over and trying all the things I got from the Sephora sale. Now, this video might go up like right after the sale is done, but I know they do a Black Friday sale, so if you haven't taken advantage yet, I would definitely recommend checking out either the brands if they're having a sale or if these items will go on sale for Sephora's Black Friday. Yeah, because typically like Sephora doesn't do a whole lot of sales, and I figured I'd take advantage of it because I actually haven't tested a whole lot of high-end products recently. And yeah, so I'm really excited about it. I kind of, I want to say blacked out in there. I definitely got caught up in just walking around. I believe that vlog is already up. If not, that vlog will be coming. And I was so excited because, again, it's been a while, and I'm also a sucker for minis. And so I did get a couple of minis. It's almost a full face of like high-end products that I've been interested in, brands I've been interested in trying. Let's go ahead and get started before I make this intro way too long. Okay, so the first thing I got is actually going to be gifts. And that's one thing I think is a good idea, especially for like stocking stuffers. I would really recommend either going to Sephora, Ulta, and getting a lot of the gift sets. So this first one is the Laneige Midnight Minis gift set, and that is the Laneige lip sleeping masks. There's 5 different ones in here. The berry, gummy bear, mango, mint chocolate, and sweet candy. And I'm going to be putting these in stockings. I really love the Laneige lip sleeping mask, and the minis last you a very long time. So really recommend these. I saw this and I was like, this would be great for stocking stuffer because I've used these as like lip balms, overnight masks, all different ways. So really recommend these if you haven't tried it, especially the minis. I know it can be a little bit more on the expensive side, but you get 5 of them for $20, and I think that's a really good deal. So, of course, I will have everything linked down below, and those would be affiliate links. So if you do purchase through those links, it would really help me out and support my channel, so I appreciate it if you do so. All right, we'll just go through kind of skincare stuff, and then we'll dive into the makeup. I did get a couple of Point Perk items. This first one is from Pharmacy, and it is their Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. This is just the mini. I've never tried Pharmacy before, so it smells very fresh. No major scent to it. So I thought picking up a mini of the cleansing balm, which I know a lot of people like, and I'm actually in need of, you might hear Milo running around in here. I'm actually in need of a cleansing balm, so I like getting the minis to try it out to see if I like it, and if it becomes like a holy grail, I will repurchase it. And then the second thing I got as a Point Perk is the Ole Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. Again, small mini of it, and I like getting the minis of these moisturizers because I feel like it's enough where you can really test it fully, especially with skincare. You will really like it. Yeah, this is really, really tiny, but I feel like this is enough for you to really see, okay, it works well with my skin, it's doing wonders for my skin, before you kind of take the plunge and purchase the full size. Yeah, mostly I have more like drugstore pricing makeup. I do have some like high-end items, but for the most part, I tend to lean towards drugstore just because it's a little more budget friendly. And a lot of times you get pretty much equal quality, if not better sometimes, but honestly, I can't help it. There's a lot of more high-end brands that have been intriguing to me, and so that's kind of what inspired this haul. Okay, so I don't have a primer, but I have my skincare on, and I do have a new foundation. I don't want to add a new primer, that way I can see how the foundation actually works on me, and so we'll just get my hair/baby hairs out of the way, and we'll see how it works on me. So what I got is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Perfect Natural Finish Longwear Foundation. It's anti-pollution. I've heard some really good things about this foundation, and during the sale the foundation was 30% off. So I got this for Originally it's $20 and I got it for $14. Let's see. Ooh, this might be too dark. And also, let me zoom you guys in. Hold on. Well, that's better. Okay. So yeah, got this foundation. This might be too dark. When I was swatching it in store, this is 17.5N. Everything just seems so light. Granted, I was swatching it on my hand, but my hand is really close to like my neck and what my face is like. Right now it's a little red because I was just out in the sun coaching, and I'm getting ready for a couples date night with Jake and Sierra. I talk about them all the time. They actually have a YouTube channel. It is called Gaming with the Powers. I'll link it down below if you're interested in board games. They do board games reviews and stuff. Okay, let's see how this foundation is. I'm just gonna go into the brush. I'm not really a big sponge person. It has a nice little pump, and it's 0.84 fluid ounces. I don't always wear foundation, but I tend to recently. Actually, this shade might be okay. Yeah, I really like the idea of natural finish. I don't really like a ton of full coverage. Just like to perfect my skin, especially as you can see, it's like pretty red. Ooh, ooh, it might be a little light actually. Ooh, maybe not. Wow. That blended like a dream. So I think it's a little light. It definitely like diminished some of that redness and then took down some of my freckles. Definitely seeing a lot more like brush strokes, which I don't really like. That like blended in so fast. You can kind of see a side by side of, okay, pretty much blended out, not really. And it covered a lot. Yeah, I think it's a little light, to be honest, but I think I can work with that, you know? Ooh. I'm gonna go in with a second pump to kind of even it out a little bit more. But so far, I think it looks really nice. It's definitely leaning more on the matte side for me. I think I'm just so used to the Revlon Illuminance, which is very, very glowy, but this is not bad at all. I'm gonna go in with the second layer. Yeah, I feel like up close it's like, it still looks like skin, but it's definitely a little bit more mattified. I like how it's blended into my skin. I don't think it's like, once it sets down, it doesn't look like it's sitting on top. It's just as you're kind of working it, it's definitely showing a lot more brush strokes than I care to like. Kind of on the fence on that one. That's first impression. I think I'm gonna have to kind of mess with it a little bit and see, but I think the shade isn't bad. I think it's a little touch too light. It's not like in person, it's not bad. Like it's definitely evened out my skin. I feel like I could say, I can agree, it's natural finish. There's a little bit of a glow to it, nothing crazy. Yeah, once it's set down, you don't really see the brush strokes, which I like. Now, do I think it's like best skin ever? First impression, not really. I don't think it perfected my skin. I don't know. We'll see. I think I need to kind of test that one out a little bit more to figure out like my thoughts. But first impression, I don't hate it, but I'm not fully in love with it. So, okay. For concealer, I grabbed the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. I got it in the shade N3. The claims are that it's a brightening and hydrating crease-proof serum concealer. The claims are it boosts collagen synthesis for firmer and luminous skin. It's cell detoxification, anti-aging, medium buildable coverage. It increases skin hydration and up to 19-hour wear. So it's supposedly long lasting. Now, so many people have talked about this. I got in the shade N3 and I got, let's see, what is it? It's normally $30. So this is definitely expensive, but I've heard nonstop, and I'm pretty sure you have too, where so many people are loving this. And I haven't really tried a high-end concealer, so I was definitely curious. The packaging is really nice. It's really long. It has that soft matte packaging on the top, plastic, but it feels like it's a nicer hard plastic, so I'm gonna go in. Okay, it's got a big pointed like doe foot applicator. I don't know if you can kind of see. And then I'm just gonna go in and kind of dab. I don't like to put a ton. Ooh, that might be too dark. Definitely on my hyperpigmentation area. And I like to focus it kind of right there. Now I'm gonna let it sit for real quick, and then I'm going to actually do my brows. I don't have any high-end brow products, so I'm just gonna go into my Makeup Revolution Soap Brow and my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Okay, so not my best brows, but they're on. Now I'm just gonna blend out this concealer. Honestly, I think if I had a better shade foundation on, this would look a little bit more true to my skin tone, but I think it just looks a little darker because of the foundation shade. Ooh, wow, okay. Just gonna start blending that in. It's a very light and thin formula. I like to let my concealers sit because they end up being a little bit more full coverage because they dry down. I like to bring it onto my eye to help with the veins. Very glowy, which I don't mind. I might have put too much on, honestly, because it seems to go really, really far. Definitely covered, but I don't, yeah, I mean, I agree it's definitely medium coverage. It's very hydrating, very lightweight. I have a feeling this would crease. Now, how bad it would crease is just dependent. Again, I have wrinkles under my eyes, so just anything's gonna crease. Just more of, okay, do I wanna look more hydrating or do I wanna look crepey? Now, right now, it's leaning a little more hydrating, but so far so good. I definitely think it, you know, covered. Did it flatten? No, but I also didn't expect it to. Really nice. I'm not sure if it's like $30 worth nice. I really need to try it on top of some other things, and also maybe with like a primer underneath it, or have like my, like me just putting my skincare, because I've had my skincare on for easily an hour or two. Yeah, easily. And so maybe if when my like eye cream is a little bit fresher on, maybe, I don't know. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong. It looks nice. I don't know if I'm like blown away, which is very odd. I thought I was gonna be like blown away, you know? Okay, for cream bronzer, I don't have a new one, so I'm just gonna go into the Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. Love this stuff. Just gonna go really lightly on it real quick. That bronzer went on really nicely. It didn't look like it disturbed the foundation at all. Definitely helped smooth out my skin. Yeah, it just added, so you can see it added color back in. Okay, so for cream blush, I got sucked into the minis. I did. Oh my goodness, did I? Okay, the first one was the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush in the shade Hope, and this is their mini. And I've been really interested in trying a lot more from Rare Beauty. I have their melting blush in nearly neutral, and I really like that. I've been interested in trying more of the products. And so when I saw this, and I've heard that this is pigmented, so I feel like this tiny little bottle is gonna last me a long time, and it's a really pretty everyday pink shade. So I have this one as an option, and I think the mini was like what? The mini was $14, but I got it for $12.60. You know, with the 10% off. Then another brand I've been really wanting to try, and that is Milk Makeup. I got their Lip and Cheek blush stick, and I got it in the mini, and it's in the shade Work, which is also a like really pretty everyday like blush. Ooh, it's a twist. Okay, even better. Yeah, it's really pretty like everyday blush. This actually looks darker than Hope. Yeah, and this is a Lip and Cheek product. As you can see, it's really, really small, so I think this will last me a while. And my third one was the Merit Beauty, the Mini Flush Balm Trio. Merit Beauty is another, like, again, this was my, okay, I've been wanting to try these brands, so I, like, gotta grab the minis. And I heard really good things about this. Again, I'm a sucker for cream blush and also bronzers. Did I need more? No, but I was really interested in trying these. And the colors looked like colors I would use. Okay, so in here, and the other thing is, this is not very big, so I feel like I could use these up or they will last me a long time. So this Flush Balm is in the shade Beverly Hills. This is actually very similar. Again, really pretty pinky everyday nude, like nudie blush kind of color. Then I have in the shade Fox, which is this dark brown, which is really pretty. Ooh, that's really pretty. Don't know if I'll wear that one today. And then last but not least, I have the shade Rouge, which is like a true like red color. So don't think I'll go into that one. Now I only have 2 cheeks, so I gotta figure out which ones I'm gonna use. Yeah, when I saw these, the other one I was like thinking about getting was the LYS trio, but that one wasn't in stock, so I went with the Merit Beauty, and I feel like it's enough for variety. Granted, I do have like 3 of like everyday shades, so now I think today, like with my sweater and just I'm going to be in like the eyeshadow I have and stuff, I think I'm going to be going more into a more neutral look. And so I think what I want to do is I'll save the Merit ones for another time. I'll test those out another time. And then I will do one cheek with the Rare Beauty in the shade Hope. And then I'll do the other cheek. Do I want to do that? I feel like this is too light though. You know what? Scratch that. I'm going to save the Rare Beauty for another time. And then I'm going to go into the Merit in the shade Beverly Hills. And then on one side and Milk Makeup in Work. So I'm going to start with the Milk Makeup one. I'm going to see if I can just dab this on. So I'm going to put this on my right cheek. You'll see it on the left side. Okay, it's not really coming off and it's taking off my foundation. So we're going to try this. We're going to go with a brush and kind of just soak the brush in that. Yeah, it's a really pretty everyday kind of color. It reminds me of Between the Sheets from ColourPop. Yeah, that's a really pretty, like just everyday neutral color. You can see. Just adds a little bit of something, nothing crazy. My thing is I'm kind of curious if this will show up under powder, you know? Okay, I like that. That's really pretty. Am I like super blown away? I'm not sure. Like it's very smoothing. It's very matte. It's not super like glowy, but I don't think it dries my skin out. So I think that's really, really pretty. And I think it goes well with my skin tone. Like great everyday nude, like with this small size, great for travel. I could take this with me and won't come like, and I can kind of mix it up and just have it be just simple every day. It's really pretty. I'm a little concerned it's like fading. Is it one that's like super punchy, like in your face? No. It seems like it's going to be a reliable blush. Now, I have no idea how long it's going to last. You know what? That concealer is really growing on me. It's not creasing any more than any other ones. Really pretty. It is really pretty. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Okay. On the other side, we're going to go into the Merit Flush Balm in Beverly Hills. Again, pretty much the exact same shade. I'm going to try again directly. And then if not, seemed to come off a little bit more better than the Milk Makeup one. Wondering if I didn't wear any foundation, if it was one of those days where I'm just wearing concealer, if I could just draw it on, because that's still what I like about the stick ones. Also, I think maybe too, I just have to like warm it up a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. I feel like that's a lot more punchy than the Milk Makeup one. I think a lot more opacity is coming from it. Okay, so that's the Melt on this side, and then that's the Milk Makeup one. You'll have to let me know which one you like better. I think the Merit one does a really good job of keeping it very, like keeping my skin very smooth over the Milk Makeup one, but it's like a touch. So it's very possible I have a little bit more texture on this side. Yeah, my texture's coming through with the colder weather, like my skin's starting to dry more. The Merit one seems to have a little bit more of a glow, it seems like. But it's very, very, very close. Like that is, wow, that's really close. All right, for powder, I did not think I was actually gonna be getting powder, but I found this mini, and this is the Kosas Cloud Set Baked Setting and Smoothing Powder. And I got it in the shade Comfy, which is like their sheer medium shade, so this will be interesting. But when I looked at it in store and I swatched it on like their like samples, it seemed like it was the right shade. Yeah, that seems like it's a good shade. Very, very, very soft and very light. Yeah, I wanted to try out the mini before I obviously dove in. Kosas is definitely a brand I'm wanting to expand more on and try. So I figured I'd start with this, and if I like it, of course, use it up. I can get the full size. I'm going to just take a fluffy brush and I'm going to set my under eyes and see how that looks and how that Natasha Denona concealer reacts to it. Definitely feel like some coverage has gotten taken away a little bit, but not a ton. But I think, yeah, definitely some coverage got taken away. I feel like the hydrating aspect and glowy aspect of the concealer is still popping through. So that's nice because that's what I liked about it. Is it toned down? Yes, absolutely. But I still feel like it's kind of peeking through a little bit. Feeling like this might not be the best combo because it definitely is looking a little bit more crepey. Yeah, well, I'll have to figure that one out. Okay, I'm going to go with the big fluffy brush and set my face. We'll do one side first to kind of see how it does. Okay, so that side is set, that side is not. It's really pretty and definitely smoothing, especially over my pores. My little smile line is just peeking through today. That's fine. It did take down some of the glow, but you can still kind of see it. The blush is still kind of peeking through, so is the bronzer, which is nice. So if I didn't feel like layering and just being done there, I definitely feel like I could do that. I think the shade is helping kind of get it a little bit closer to my skin tone, which is nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's really smoothing. Reminds me a lot of the NYX mineral powder a little bit, just with how smooth it is, but not as mattifying as that one is. Yeah, I like that. I'm just gonna set the other side. I think that concealer did a decent job of covering my little hyperpigmentation, but I feel like it's not working well with the powder or the foundation. So I would say keep that in mind. Overall, like my base doesn't look horrible, but I'm not like blown away, you know? I'm wondering if this Kosas powder works really well with like the Revlon Illuminates. That would be an interesting combo. I think my skin looks great. I'm just not blown away. Okay, real quick, powder bronzer. I have my Charlotte Tilbury one, just sticking with the high end to kind of bring that. Do I need to do that? Yeah, well, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna need to do that. Okay, just to bring this back a little bit. Again, I'm not gonna do a ton. I feel like I needed it back more in my cheek area than in my forehead. And this bronzer is just so smoothing. It's not overly opaque. You have to me at least, you have to build it up a lot. Also, definitely depends on what brush you use. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, I definitely need a powder blush. I'm gonna go into the Essence Pure Nude Blush in Rosy Rosewood. I feel like if I do this, I don't think I'll need a highlighter. And I feel like it'll be a really good combo. And this blush is really good at just smoothing everything out too. I'm gonna add highlighter real quick. I'm just using my e.l.f. Gleam Beam. Yeah, the more I look, it's like I'm really liking how my skin is turning out. It's just, I don't know why I'm like such on the fence. Yeah, that Kosas powder and that Natasha Denona concealer just don't like each other, I think. But I still feel like you can definitely see on camera, like there's some like coverage that got taken away. Again, it's stated that it was medium coverage, so I'm not like totally mad about that. Oh, I just realized I had another concealer. Oh, I'm such a big dummy. So I got a mini of the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and I got this in the shade Fairlight Neutral. I was gonna do side by side. I'll have to test that in some other time. Darn it! I was gonna do a side by side. Oh well, I got caught up in it. That's okay. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, my face feels really like smooth, and it doesn't feel like I have like a bunch of stuff on it, you know. It just feels like I have moisturizer on, which is nice. That's what you want. Okay, for my big splurge that I did, so this palette I've been going back and forth on because I feel like, yes, this would be a palette that I think I could use, like, and really get a lot of use out of because it's a more neutral palette, but it's definitely more expensive, which is why I justified it during getting it on sale. And that is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. And funny story. So I first got, I grabbed a palette and then I opened it, just to make sure it was okay. And it was shattered. So I had to go grab another one. But yeah, this is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. Neutral palette. Not much to say. It has huge pans. Great brown tones, got some warm and cool tones, which I really liked, and I liked that it had shimmers in it. And this is actually the first high-end palette I have, and I think I've ever purchased. And so I'm really excited about that, and really to see, okay, is it really worth it, the splurge to go up and get a high-end palette? I was kind of going back and forth between this one and the Natasha Denona one, but I ended up going with this one, because I feel I think I would use this one a lot more realistically and just normal everyday life. And I've been seeing a lot more good reviews on this, I feel like. Well, it's just one of those things, it's just a lot of people talk about it. It was limited edition last year and then he brought it back. And I know a lot of Natasha Denona ones aren't limited edition. I wanted to grab this one. I know Natasha Denona ones, they are consistently in stock, and so that's why I went with this one. So we are going to just kind of dive on in. We're gonna take the sticker off, or at least try to. Oh, it's got a really good mirror on it. That's nice. I think this will also be one that I think you could travel, but I don't know how sensitive it is, but we'll see. Okay, I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I think it's called EE8. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, and then I'm just going to put that in the crease and see what that looks like. It's more cool toned. Doesn't have a ton of fallout, so we'll have to see. Ooh, that's pretty. Wow, that's amazing. That took no time. Wow, that took nothing. Granted, it's just the crease shade, but that was beautiful. I feel like I didn't get enough on this eye. Wow, okay. And there's not a ton of fallout. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. I believe that's EE3, and kind of warm it up just a little bit. That was just so easy and so smooth. I gotta say, I'm looking at this pretty close up in the mirror, and my skin looks really, really good. Now I see why so many people were raving about this, because this is just easy peasy. Wow. That's really pretty. Now, do I want to deepen it up? Do I want to be that girl? Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I think my husband's home. I think I'm gonna go into this shade here and just add that all over the lid. I think that is EE6. And I'm gonna start with a brush and kind of see what happens. I'm just gonna do a flat brush, because I like to use brushes when I can, if I can avoid it. Ooh, that didn't even have fallout. Ooh, wow, that's pretty. Now the shimmers are they're not packing a punch. Granted, I'm using more of a lighter one. Now, don't get I feel like maybe I should zoom you guys in even more just so you can really see kind of what I'm talking about. So hold on. Okay, so I am packing that on, and it's like, it's fine, but it's not like this is not super shock level status. So I'm gonna try with my finger and see if that like makes a difference, which I feel like it would. No, it kind of just moved it out. They're really, really smooth. Like, they're very, very smooth. I just thought it would pack a little bit more of a punch. But that's beautiful. Like, that's great for every day. That didn't take me very long. I could use a brush and I could be satisfied with it. Just kind of wish it was like maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I'm going to do it on the other side. But they're very, very smooth, and it was really, really quick for me to kind of blend the mattes, and like the shimmers doesn't take very long. But yeah, this is if you want like an everyday palette, like yeah, then if you can get your hands on this, I would say do it, because it is very, very pretty. This would be like one that I think my mom would like, because there's good mattes that she can just throw on, just have something on her eye and be out the door, because it took me like 2 seconds. And then if she wants to zhuzh it up a little more, if you know, there's some sparkle in there. Now I did get some fallout under here. It's not too bad though. Yeah, it's really pretty. I just kind of wish it was more of a, you know, but I can always go on top of it with a super shock. I think this is fine. I really like it. I really liked how quick and smooth everything was. I'm just not 100% if it was, you know, $70 worth. If these are shades that you have, like, or that you wear day in and day out, then sure, like the mattes are beautiful. I just wish the shimmers had more of a punch, but that's just me. All right, so for the inner corner, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. I think that's EE2. And I'm gonna put this in the inner corner and brow bone. I'm also wondering if I had darker mattes underneath, if like the magic of the shimmers would pop up more, you know? Yeah, it's definitely subtle, but sometimes subtlety is beautiful. And like I said, I'm using more lighter shades. So I think I'll have like my full like do it or not once I try some of the darker ones. But it's really, really pretty. Like, it's really pretty for every day where you're zhuzhed, but you're not over the top, you know? For mascara, I got my hands on a mini of this viral Tower 28 Making Moves mascara. And this is in their black. I did not get the brown, but if I like it, I'll grab the brown. I love getting mini mascaras, and that's actually how I really discovered liking the Too Faced Better Than Sex one. And so I figured I'd go with this and see how it is. I think packaging is really cool. Tower 28 is another brand that I'm just like, definitely want to try them. So it's got that curved wand. So let's just go in. Now mascaras tend to look really good on me because I have long lashes and I have a lot of them. So far it's like, dang, I like the wand because I like to turn it upside down and then really like get volume. Okay, so that's one coat with mascara on and none. Just kind of tell the difference. It's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. Almost one is gonna go in a second coat just to see what happens. Definitely gets a little more clumpy, but that's pretty. That's really pretty. I can see why a lot of people like this. But like I said before, like it's really hard for a mascara to look bad on me because I have really, really long lashes and I have a lot of them. Like this is like lengthening them even more. I look awake. Definitely a little bit more clumpy than I'm used to, and they seem to curl really nicely. That's beautiful. Like, wow. Now, hopefully it doesn't smudge or flake because I'm a very active person and I don't think that's waterproof. Yeah, it doesn't say it's waterproof. So I would really have to see, okay, if it'll last, you know, through playing. Yes, I'm still playing, or practice where I'm outside and active. But that's really pretty. All right, I'm just gonna add a white eyeliner to the waterline. This is my LA Girl Perfect Precision eyeliner, and it's just a white. And then I don't have anything for lips, so I guess I can put this on my lips, but I don't really like to do that. I'm gonna go into something I got and I know is available for the sale and also during the holiday season, is mini versions of the Pillow Talk lip cheat from Charlotte Tilbury and the mini of the Pillow Talk lipstick from them. They do have a kit, which is what I got this in, or got this from. I think it was like last year or 2 years ago, I want to say. It's a really great everyday your lips with better color. It's the reason it's so popular. And this lip liner lasts forever. I'm really surprised I haven't used this lipstick up, to be honest. Because after I got it, it was like in my bag. I was wearing it every single day. Yeah, so this is just a great, this overall great, just everyday look. So I'm going to zoom you guys out and give you my thoughts on everything I tried today. So that's everything I got in the Sephora VIB sale. I'm debating placing another order before it ends. But let's go over some of the things I've tried and just kind of my thoughts. So for the foundation, the Sephora Best Skin Ever, this one seems to be growing on me. I really want to try it where like my skincare is more recently put on. Maybe I'll add some primers. I think the shade is a little too light, but I know there's a huge shade range, and so I just have to kind of find my shade. I think that I can make this work for right now and then use it up, and once I use it up, I can find a better shade just depending on what what my shade is at that point. I think that it is definitely a little bit smoothing. Do I think it's as smoothing as like the NYX Blur? So, no, not really, but it's a natural finish longwear foundation. I do agree with that claim. And it says it's medium built for colors for look of naturally perfected skin. I do think it is more medium coverage. I think it toned down my redness, as you saw in the beginning. And I think it blurred a little bit, but I also think adding powder helped with that as well. So I'm going to keep testing it, and you'll see this in a future speed reviews where I have more well-rounded thoughts. I don't know why I can't say that. Well-rounded thoughts. Okay, for the concealers, I didn't try the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I will try this another time and let you know. The Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer, and again, this is in the shade N3. I think it's really hydrating. I can definitely agree with that claim. I think it's creasing on me, which it's kind of hard for concealers not to crease because I do have a lot of wrinkles under my eyes. I mean, I am 30, so I don't want to knock it too much on that. Do I think it's hydrating and it's medium coverage? I agree with that 100%. I do want to test it out again, kind of like the foundation with my skincare, maybe putting in a smoothing primer underneath, like the poreless primer I've put under my eyes, and that has helped with creasing. So I'm going to test this out a little bit more, but overall, I think it's fine. I hate to say that, but I think it's fine. I'll keep testing it and tell you in future speed reviews, but so far, I really like the packaging. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I'm not super blown away. And I'm wondering if the powder, like the Kosas powder, just didn't work well with it. I don't know. I gotta get my more well-rounded thoughts from that one. Okay, on to the blushes. So the Milk one, I think it's really pretty. I think it's really smooth. I love the tone of it. I don't think it's as punchy. It definitely reminds me of the ColourPop one. I'm wondering if it's one of those products that really needs to like you know, I need to warm it up. I mean, it's the first use, so we'll have to see. The Merit blushes, right off the bat, I thought this was really pretty, and I really liked the tone as well. Like, I don't think there's any of the shades that I like really didn't like out of the products. You know, maybe the foundation was a little off, but this blush is really, really pretty. I think this is one I think my mom would even like as well. Just great every day. I think it was a little bit more punchy than the Milk, but I think it's pretty. Again, it could be one of those products that just needs to be a little bit more worked with, and then like the magic will come out. Of course, I'll try the Rare Beauty another time, and you'll get my thoughts on that, as well as the other shades of the Merit. The Kosas powder I think is really pretty. I love the light airiness of it. I need to try it with some other concealers and see if it works with that, because I don't think it works with the Natasha Denona one. I think my skin looks really smooth, but I don't feel like my skin looks too matte or too drying. I think it looks like my skin, like it doesn't look too matte or too drying. I do think it took away some coverage with my concealer, but overall I'm really happy with it. It's not too glowy and it's not too matte, so which is perfect for what I like. I like a little bit more on the glowy side. I don't really like matte, although I'm interested to try that out if I just do a full-on matte look and see how that looks on me. But normally my preference is leaning more on the natural glowy side. So I really liked this, and I'm interested to see how it works with some of my other bases and foundations. Okay, the Makeup by Mario palette. I think it's a beautiful palette. Like, I think it's great for every day. I'm a little disappointed with the shimmers, but I think that's what he was kind of going for, where it's kind of subtle. And again, I used a lot more of the lighter shades, so I'll really have to see what that... The mirror, as you can see, is really good. I'll have to see what the darker shades look like, but I think the mattes worked beautifully. I feel like I was able to do this look super, super quick. Granted, it's not a difficult look, but I feel like I can do this look super quick, and the mattes blended really nicely. And yeah, like the only complaint is I thought maybe the shimmers would have more of a punch, but I think that's what he was going for, is a little bit of a subtle punch and not too over the top, because you can see these are like really, really neutral, and I'm hoping this dark shimmer and like this one right here a little bit more punchy, because there's a little bit more color opacity to it. So we'll see. But for the ones I really liked it. I liked the formula. I think the formula was really nice. It's just, yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more punchy, but overall I think it's beautiful. I think the last thing is mascara. The Tower 28 Making Waves mascara. I see why people really like this. My lashes curled a ton. Again, it's really hard for my lashes to make a mascara look bad. I think it added some clumpiness to them, a little, like, some volume, very well rounded. I will have to see if it smudges and flakes on me, because that's one thing. I'm a very active person, so we'll have to see. Granted, I am pregnant with twins, so we'll see how often, how much longer I'm going to be super active. But I really like it. I think it's beautiful, and I can see why people are raving about it. The skincare items, of course, I will let you know in a future speed reviews once I get a chance to test those out. But overall, I'm really happy with my purchases, and I'm really excited again to test some of the things I didn't get a chance to test. And yeah, I'm really happy with my purchases. There's nothing where I'm just like, oh, I wasted my money on it. I'm a little concerned with the Natasha Denona one, not gonna lie, and I'm trying to think if there's like maybe just I'm just an outlier, because it seems like everybody loves it, and I don't know if I'm just like missing the beat on it or missing the magic. I don't know. Let me know down below if you've tried any of these products and if you ordered anything from the Sephora VIB sale. And yeah, if there's any other products from these brands that you think I should test out, again, leave those in the comments, because I'm interested in testing out makeup. Yes, I did a makeup declutter, but this is like my job, and so I would love to test more products and see what works for me. I love the science behind it. So yeah, I am headed off to a couple's date night, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here, and join the family here that's growing here on YouTube. And of course, follow me on Instagram. It is at From Hem to Stem. Yeah, so I'm gonna head out, and stay tuned for some more makeup videos and some vlogs. We have some more pregnancy and baby stuff coming, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.